We're back. It's a new day. It's time for some new Nerdle. And there have been big developments between the last 24 hours, believe it or not. The developers did drop the beta test for the new World Cup season. If you're in the Discord, you can request access for it, but it's been a pretty exciting time up in there. I did get a few matches of the India win condition in, and I hate to break it to you, it's looking awful difficult. But we'll see what we can do in a week or so when that goes live. The season comes out July 1st, and I'm already seeded. We're playing Drunk Outburst here. It's a name I recognize. They are a solid player, I believe, very comfortable in Portugal. So let's try and avoid there as much as possible. I see Mark Ruffalo on the poster, of course, so let's go to Dark Waters, I guess, with him and Anne Hathaway. Yeah, we'd like to get nice and slow here. It seems like rallying a bit. Brokeback Mountain and Ang Lee joined, of course. Let's take you to the new Wedding Banquet 2025. Oh, nope. Let's go to the old Wedding Banquet then, 1993. The new one, I think Ang Lee might just be a producer on, but it does have the same cinematographer, James Seamus. So we can take this to the new Wedding Banquet. Unfortunately, I don't recognize Indignation at all. I feel like this is a setup bait. So let's play Hulk here. Not that it helps us any capacity. This is also an Ang Lee joint. Again, the only James Seamus movies I know are Ang Lee joints and Wedding Banquet 2025. I've seemed to be speaking in circles, if that's possible. Jennifer Connelly. House of Sand and Fog. That's not how you spell that. It's a fantastic movie. Featuring Iranian actress Shora Aghdashloo. If I'm pronouncing that at all correctly. A name you may not be familiar with, but you'll be a lot more familiar with in the new World Cup season. Learning to Drive. This is my play. Don't bite my shit, bro. An Isabel Quaixet movie who I don't want to play, so instead I'll link Patricia Clarkson to Easy A. Elizabeth Quaixet. Again, butchering that last name, but a very acclaimed Spanish director, if my math is correct. Penn Badgley, a name I don't recognize. I might have to throw a cast up here. Yikes! Where are we? Tim Bagley, Penn Badgley, Debbie Harry. Brother, I don't even have a guess, man. Go with Sarah Polley. Last Night, 1998. Skip me. This is the part where I do stupid bits, but I don't even have a frame of reference here. Debbie Harry, My Life Without Me. That's facts, bro. That's facts. I don't even have guesses. I'm lost. Gosford Park. Brother, I don't know what country we're in. Putnam? We gotta be in England, bro. Ooh. Debbie Harry? Are you the girl from Jessie, man? That's Debbie Reynolds. No. 3 different Debbies. Who is Debbie Harry, bro? Yo, you got me, man. No clue. Brother in Christ. Good game. I would rematch you, but I would like to demonstrate a win at some point, man. I swear I'm better at this game than what I show on recording. It's crazy. I start recording, I just instantly lose 50 elo. Pressure might be getting to me. This is actually the second recording attempt we've made today, because halfway through the first attempt, I spilled my coffee all over myself. But all that means is that we can only go up from here. New player, new Nerdle. Let's see. But I'm a cheerleader, of course. Look at the Pride starters going on. Natasha Lyonne in Blade Trinity, I believe. And RuPaul in the Brady Bunch movie. I could take you to the Brady Bunch sequels. I don't particularly want to. So instead, I'm going to take RuPaul to Wong Fu. Thanks for everything. Signed, Julie Newmar. The movie title makes very little sense, but it is a very gay, very campy movie, and, we stand it for that. RuPaul, of course, also in Nimona with my goat, Riz Ahmed. If you don't know, you don't know. The next James Bond. Now, unfortunately, you are exhausting my RuPaul knowledge quite thoroughly here. Is he in Don't Look Up or is that Tyler Perry? It is Tyler Perry. You got me. We're playing Brady sequels now. Brady Bunch in the White House. This is an awful, awful showing of cinematic knowledge. Because I'm just playing movies to play movies. Are you in Alfie 1966? Nope, different Shelley. Okay. It's time for a very Brady Christmas. Is it not? Are the Brady girls getting married, bro? Oh, Christ. Encino Man? You asked me. I don't recognize these names. Give me a time. Corbin Burnson. It's a name it is somewhere in the recesses of my mind. Garrett Graham? Are there more Brady movies? Thanks. Skip me. Where are you taking us, y'all drawn? Where are you taking us? Night shift. 48 hours? Okay. Poster vibes-based guess. I've definitely done this before. So it's in the back of my head somewhere. Mr. Church. It sure is Eddie Murphy on that cover. I'll give you that much. 1,000 Words with Kerry Washington. Fascinating premise, this one. Something fantasy realism, magic, liar shenanigans. The man is only left with 1,000 words to say in his life. I guess the moral of the story is that he speaks too much. It's been a while. Holy man. You got me, man. You got me. Head of State, Chris Rock. No. All I can guess are other Eddie Murphy movies. Eddie Movie Murphys. We're not locked in. We're so locked out. Good game. We're so locked out. I don't have the keys anymore, man. Call me the anti-DJ Khaled because I don't got the keys. Oh, man. We got to get something going here. We've been recording for 7 minutes and it's felt like a good 17. Let's try to bring a game back into our wheelhouse. We're playing XB Cam. Name I don't recognize, but they are in the 1100, so this is the Germany Krakow match. We really need to put up a 7-1 showing here. Keanu Reeves, let's just take him to I don't want to play The Matrix, man. Gus Van Sant, let's play Good Will Hunting instead. Fantastic movie. Terrible display of graduate level mathematics, but fantastic movie. Danny Elfman, Beetlejuice. Tim Burton joint. Let's take Winona Ryder out to Heathers. Before my time, although I did have to look the premise up, it's about a group of ragtag high schoolers who have a killing club, I presume. Fascinating concept. Stick a young Christian Bale to another young Christian Bale movie, A Midsummer Night's Dream. Shakespeare. If you're not familiar with this game, Shakespeare is, of course, the writer of this movie, but playwrights aren't linkable. There was a decision made a while back. Christian Bale's 3X You Somewhere. I don't want to play Pale Blue Eye because I don't know how to get out of it. So I'm going to play Empire of the Sun, I guess. Yikes. But no, a decision was made by the developers to not allow playwright connections. Literally 90% just because of Shakespeare. Because at that point, you've opened the entire floodgates. E.T., let's take Drew Barrymore. We're cooked. We're so cooked. Let's take Drew Barrymore out to music and lyrics. A hood classic. In this, Hugh Grant plays the second guy in Wham. You know, not George Michael. It's not a biopic, but, you know, it functionally might as well be. Drew Barrymore 2X, so we get 3X. Played Never Been Kissed. One of her earlier movies as a full-fledged adult, I believe. But more interestingly, it's James Franco's first movie. I think he plays like an unnamed teen or something. But even more interestingly, this has Sean Evans in it. Like the guy from Hot Ones. It's so absurd, but unfortunately, I can't remember any other movie he's been in, so I've never been able to make the connection. Jessica Alba, let's take you to Honey, 2003. I have had Good Luck Chuck played on me a fair number of times, although I never know who the Chuck in Good Luck Chuck is. I don't believe they're a big name actor. You take us back to Little Fockers. They're making like a 5th one of this, with like Ariana Grande coming out this year. Absurd. But meanwhile, while we are here, let's take Robert De Niro, I guess. to what just happened. This is a Barry Levinson joint. I haven't seen any of these. I believe it's a cameo fest because everyone's kind of playing a parody of themselves. But I remember all these Barry Levinson movies just because the titles are hilarious. Let's close off with Alto Nights here, where Robert De Niro is playing against Robert De Niro. The way out of this is the female lead, who's Deborah Messing, a controversial figure, if my news is up to date. But she is in, of course, Searching with my actual goat, John Cho. A lot of goats. So many goats I could start a whole petting zoo. Searching, of course, is about John Cho playing Liam Neeson in the 21st century. Taken. Takes. Bobby Fischer. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm speaking more than I'm thinking. Cal Penn, let's take you to the namesake. Fantastic movie. And it will give us a tick. 2 ticks, actually, once the World Cup win con starts, because it has Irfan Khan playing Cal Penn's dad, who counts one of the win con ticks, and it's directed by Mira Nair, who counts for another win con tick. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Of course, back to Avengers Endgame via Maximiliano Hernandez. He plays Jasper Sitwell in The Winter Soldier. If you know, you know. Let's take Hiroyuki Sanada out to Mortal Kombat, where he plays Scorpion. This is actually a surprisingly common connection from my end, because I like to go from Avengers Endgame into the namesake whenever anyone and it guesses it against me. Although in this case, we did come through the rear end. So, an interesting change of events from our regular scheduled programming here. You don't seem to know who's in Mortal Kombat, which is fair. Not a lot of people do, but this has become significantly easier to get out of now that they released the sequel, which is why I'm surprised you haven't guessed it yet. We're guessing Street Fighter, which demonstrates some kind of ball knowledge, and yet demonstrates a shocking lack of other ball knowledge. Good game. You can see the guesses the player made on the last turn as well. So you did guess the 1995 Mortal Kombat. That's Paul W.S. Anderson joint. But it does not connect to the new reboots. Fun game, though. I think we were able to calm our nerves just a tad. We did get a nice dub under our belt, so let's hope to keep this momentum going against a much stronger opponent here, Hot Fuzz Fan 97. All of us strangers, limited cast, quite a notable grouping of characters there. Let's take Jamie Bell to Fan 4-Stick. The worst Fantastic Four movie, which is a very, very low bar to fall under, and yet it somehow very clearly does. Jamie Bell, of course, plays The Thing. Fruitvale Station via Michael B. Jordan. This also has Octavia Spencer in it, who is in quite a few things. Let's take her to Hidden Figures, where she plays one of the apropos Hidden Figures. I don't know, I haven't seen this movie. I heard it was okay. Middling biopic about some of the forefront women behind the Apollo 11 project, if my math is correct. Kevin Costner, who has a movie featuring every sport you could think of. Let's take him to the golf one. US Open just happened. I had like $10 on Rory McIlroy winning, and now I'm short $10. Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1. I think this connects to The Harder They Fall. I would be wrong, but Giovanna Ribisi is in this, so Suburbia then? There we go. Giovanna Ribisi is in a fair few things. Apparently also Strange Darling, but he is also in Waterworld. But he's not. He's in another Kevin Costner joint. What am I thinking of? I don't know. He's in Gangster Squad. No, he's in another, like, very common Kevin Costner joint. From the same time period as Waterworld. What am I thinking of? Oh my goodness, this is going to be nagging in the back of my head the rest of the recording. Speaking of which, we are about 15 minutes in, so I think we got time for another game or two after this one concludes. The Gunman. This has Javier Bardem in it, so Golden Balls. Again, I know nothing about this movie, but look at that poster, and how can I not play it every chance I get the opportunity to? It also has Benicio del Toro in it, actually. Okay. Y tu mama tambien, via Maribel Verdú, the go-to escape hatch whenever you're mired in Spanish cinema. Unfortunately for you, I know who Maribel Verdú is, so I'm going to take her to The Flash, which Now that I mention it, it's quite fortunate for you because we've left Spanish cinema. But I just wanted to show you that I have ball knowledge. See, you're guessing, but I'm playing. We're not on the same page. Knox goes away, Michael Keaton. First time I've seen this movie. This looks like a fantastic kill shot. I am stealing that shit. But I don't know how to get out of it, so I'm going to take you to Clean and Sober. This poster is not the normal poster, which means someone has refreshed the movie. If you're not familiar, the data for this game, which includes the cast, the connections, and the posters, come from a place called TMDB, which is very similar to IMDb. The difference being the API key is free to use, which, of course, is why we're all using it. But it's not just CineNerdle, it's actually Letterboxd, which also gets all of its data from TMDB. The more you know. Edward Norton Killshot. I don't know about a Killshot, but I'll play Illusionist. Where was I going with this? Oh no, yeah. But TMDB, unlike IMDb, well, also like IMDb, but I'm rambling. TMDB is entirely a community-run database. Anyone can pop in and anyone can edit it. Which means, yeah, I don't. Yo, I'm not locked in, man. Michael Shannon's in this Fahrenheit 451. Ray Bradbury adaptation. Yeah, all I'm really trying to say is whenever anyone requests an update from the TMDB servers to this game, it does pull the latest poster changes, which is why. Actually, I want to go Illusionist. No, hang on. Elusive Man? Something. Illustrated Man? There we go. Yeah, commentary is off. If I started a sentence, I may not always finish it. It really is a gamble. Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where I'm going. Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott, if you know, you know. Slaughterhouse 5 is a Kurt Vonnegut joint, so wrong author here. What Ray Bradbury wrote is the Halloween tree, which, if you don't know, looks kind of absurd. This is not a random cameo or anything. This is an animated children's movie based off a children's book written by the guy who wrote Fahrenheit 451. We are amalgamating ball knowledge here. Even crazier, this is directed by Leonard Nimoy, aka Spock, like the OG Spock. And see, you recognize that as well, but he's not in Star Trek Generations. Apparently he's in Star Trek Reboot. I didn't even know this. He also directed Three Men and a Baby with Henry Selick and Ted Danson. Fun fact, Henry Selick was actually the first choice to play Indiana Jones until summon, yada yada yada, Harrison Ford. Star Trek Into Darkness, this has Alice Eve in it, who is in Before We Go with Chris Evans. I watched this movie. It's okay. It's not even a great rom-com. It's kind of just rom slop. But, you know, we'll watch Chris Evans in anything. The man oozes charisma. Ghosted with Ana de Armas. I was looking up her filmography earlier. I can't remember her earlier Spanish joints. I do remember Exposed with Keanu Reeves' big ass head on the poster, so I don't know how helpful this is as a Killshot conundrum. Oh my goodness, you played Generation. That has my queen Sarita Chowdhury in it. I call her my queen, mostly just because she's a brown actor who no one else seems to recognize. I don't think I've seen a single movie she's in. That's a lie. I saw The Green Knight. Not a fan, but you know, she did a serviceable job. I have been meaning to watch She Hate Me, the Spike Lee joint with Anthony Mackie. She does play, I'm assuming, a small bit role in that, but she is in it. She is in a fair number of things. She shows up in a lot of Mira Nair's movies, so she will be quite helpful for the India WinCon next season. All I'm doing is teasing it. I don't even get commission. Unfortunate, but it was a good game overall. I did enjoy that. We have time for one more. Let's see if Phil's up for a rematch. Hot Fuzz Fan 97. We'll give it 5 or so seconds. Doesn't seem like he's interested. Up. Nice. We get our first rematch on a recording. So, be fun to see. You know, if we've started the best of 3, we kind of have to finish it. So this might go a little long. Maybe I'll just cut off halfway. We'll see. We're playing Empire of the Sun. You connected via Spielberg, so let's keep it interesting. Connect via Bale. Actually, John Malkovich is in this. I didn't know that. I'm playing Rounders. Give that man his money. If you haven't seen this movie, you have to see it. John Malkovich is doing a bit the entire time, and it's fantastic. Stillwater with Matt Damon. We play Promised Land with Matt Damon. For a man as prolific as he is, he sure has a lot of movies no one has ever heard of. The Informant. I could play The Rainmaker, although I don't particularly want to go back to Francis Ford Coppola. Let's play The Great Wall instead. This is a Zhang Yimou joint. I've heard this movie was terrible, but it was made when Hollywood was begging China to stream its movies. I think we're a bit past that now. I think we're in the reverse. Neza 2 broke so many records, it's absurd. But you don't have to take the China outs here. It does also have Willem Dafoe, and strangely enough, Pedro Pascal before the Pedro Pascalisons. It doesn't hit the same as the McConaissance. It really is one of one. Pedro Pascal in plenty of things. And to my knowledge, they both should show up on the cast list, Dafoe and Pascal, so I'm not sure why we're floundering like this. Interesting guesses. Let's take Pedro Pascal to Equalizer 2. Of course, the second Equalizer. I'm really running out of bits. Again, we're more so speaking to speak, instead of speaking for any kind of substance. It is an Antoine Fuqua joint. Southpaw. Eminem did the soundtrack for this, although I think he just contributed songs, not the actual background score, so he isn't linkable. I'm blanking on other Antoine Fuqua joints. He's directed a lot of stuff, but it's not coming to me, so we're taking the easy Jake Gyllenhaal out here. A lot of 3X we could take, but Gwyneth Paltrow and Anthony Hopkins are quite visible on the poster, so fair enough. Locked. Is that Austin Butler? Elvis? Nope. I don't know who that is. Is that Bill Skarsgård? Boy Kills World? Okay. Some part of the brain is locked in. The corneas, I guess. Okay, I didn't know he was in this. I knew Hugh Jackman was. I have been meaning to see this. I might go see it this weekend. But we do have a 3X here. Where do I want to go? Assassination Nation, actually. This is fun. This has what's her face in it? Oh my goodness, what's her name? Bella Thorne, like from that Disney show with Zendaya, man. Oh my god, so Shake It Off, yeah. Both of their careers have gone in completely different trajectories, but you know, Bella Thorne. She's in this, she's in the Babysitter movies with Samara Weaving. Let's see if we can play the best of 3 here if you're up for it. We finished this one in a nice 3 minutes. Okay, so I think we've got a good video length going as well. Let's see if we can wrap this up in a good 7. I think we're playing at a comfortable skill level here. I think we've dabbled in a fair variety of movies, so I'm happy with how it's turning out. Mary Magdalene with Rooney Mara and Joaquin Phoenix. We could take some of the easier plays, but I'm going to take Shira Haas to Captain America Brave New World. Now, of course, quite an obscure connection, but we're taking it to a fairly easy movie, so it's fine to do and set up, in my opinion. The Apprentice, the Donald Trump biopic. Maybe the less that needs to be said about that, the better. I think Martin Donovan is in this, so let's take you to Ant-Man. Yes, he is. Oh, I guess Sebastian Stan is also in this. He shows up in the end credits scene only, which is a teaser for Civil War. Him and Cap both show up, and they've got someone held up in chains. They got Bucky held up in chains. Yeah, the end credits scene. Spoilers for Captain America Civil War. Sebastian Stan, you can go in a lot of places. I'm gonna go Ricky and the Flash. I could take you to 71 fragments of a chronology of choice or some nonsense. I think it's a German anthology film, but that feels a little cheesy. So I'll take you here instead. This one actually has Meryl Streep in it. I think Meryl Streep is the lead. I think that's Meryl Streep, it is. Which, I mean, if you don't know, you're never gonna get that off the poster. But it is her. Sophie's Choice, Meryl Streep, Kevin Kline. The only 2 people I know in this are Meryl Streep and Kevin Kline. But I'm a lot more comfortable with Meryl, so let's take her to She-Devil. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I did play a lot of the Meryl Streep win condition when it was available a few seasons back. And I got to know a lot of her movies. Although I think at that time, a lot of her early TV movies weren't in the database yet. So if someone's familiar with those, I'm still quite screwed. But that aside, quite comfortable with her. This does have Antonio Banderas. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's a Soderbergh joint. I can play High Flying Bird. I've seen this. It doesn't have Antonio Banderas in it. It's about tax evasion, right? Like the laundromat is laundering money. I've seen that, bro. This has Gemma Chan in it. Let's play Exam 2009. I really sat down and watched this entire movie. Like, I have stories about this, but I'll tell you those later. In the meantime, I'm gonna take you to Vietnam with Veronica No in The Rebel. And if you think that's spicy, you're not ready for what I'm gonna do when he skips back, man. This is such a fantastic pipeline. I take it whenever I can, but you know, I don't wanna climax too early. Let me tease it out for you. Wait for the skip. You know, stay tuned, stay pressed, stay ready, stay locked in, because I'm taking you straight to Tamil cinema via Johnny Nguyen. Absurd. Such an insane connection. Johnny Nguyen is in a few Hollywood movies. He's in The Five Bloods, and he's also in Ella Enchanted, the Anne Hathaway joint. And very famously, he's in two Tamil movies. He's in Irumbu Kudrai and also Yela Marivu, the latter of which is a much better movie. Here, of course, we are connecting my main man, Joseph Vijay. He is quite literally the greatest of all time. This movie, very much not so. He plays a double act where he plays his own son. It's not good. Like, I don't know what to tell you. It's supposed to be his swan song. The movie is so awful. What have I done to deserve this? What have I done to deserve watching this, man? You and me both. But all things aside, great game. Good showing. Very fun times. Thanks for playing. I think we had a nice best of 3. And yeah, I think that brings us right to 27 minutes, a good length. I hope some part of this video made sense. But either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.